I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for Happy Hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, and stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I am Matt Fox.
I'm still August Gitschlag, but barely. But barely today.
We took the party on the road, and we're taking it tiki today.
Yes, we are.
You connected us with a wild and woolly group of folks.
Well, I have some of those nefarious friends that sometimes can play host to our shenanigans.
You say nefarious, but I think you mean well-rounded.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, we're at we're in an amazing Hazel Park. What's the adjective for Hazel Park? Hip, not hip. It's something up to me. I always go for the alliteration. Hip. It's the affordable thing in the city.
Definitely the only thing left.
The only affordable thing that'll dry up quickly. But we're in Hazel Park and we're at the Eastern Palace Club, and there's some wonderful food smells coming out from the Twisted Lotus. No, it's
Smoked Lotus.
Smoked Lotus barbecue. But we're at the Eastern Palace Club and cocktail time, tiki time, and very thankfully with us, Mike Pierce. Mike, welcome to the Man Cave.
Thanks for having me. This is exciting.
So, Mike, you're the owner? And how many? One of the owners. So who's running the bus here? How many people are owners here?
So there's three of us. There's myself, Adam O'Connor, and Dustin Leslie. All of which we've all worked together doing events, festivals, or hospitality for collectively 15 some years. And here we are on our own.
While we're there, tell me about your childhood.
My childhood.
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel like the scary stories to tell in the dark shaped me into who I am.
Nice.
That and Ghostbusters.
Poltergeist and
love Poltergeist. Also on the flip side of that, the great outdoors. So goofy and spooky is what formed Mike Pierce here before you right now in an Evil Dead shirt.
I love it.
Yep.
So when I was up here drinking a couple of days, and you got some amazing bartenders, but you were jumping back there and pouring some drinks. So what's your forte? Are you the business owner? Are you a bartender? What's your background there? And what led you to that?
This is the first bar that I've owned before. Previously bartended or operated other people's bars, consulted at other bars, and so have been anywhere from busser to general manager to outside consultant and everything in between. Dishwasher.
What initially led you into like your first bartending and your first managerial kind of experience?
Going from what was that, chief bottle washer to where you are now, right?
Actually, ironically, started head first in. I had my first bartending gig when I was actually 17.
Okay,
which you're not supposed to.
A little bit south of the limit.
Who is this?
I was totally 18 when I started there. But long story short, one of my favorite teachers in high school was
drinking there and caught you,
a brewery owner. And so as everyone was getting ready to head off to college and whatnot, she was like, "Hey, what are you doing? You're going away?" I'm like, "I'm staying local. I'm going to Oakland." And she mentioned, "I own a bar in downtown Pontiac. Would you be interested in a summer job?"
Nice.
And
Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me?
No, was that
Clutch Cargos? Are we talking?
Mrs. Young is a saint. We're right across from Clutch Cargo. So it was Bo's Brewery and Bistro.
Oh, yeah, right there in the corner. Yeah.
At Huron and Saginaw.
Yeah.
And so at the ripe age of 17, I went in, got hired on the spot because Mrs. Young had mentioned that one of her students was coming in. And I remember my first shift chatting with everybody, and everyone was older than me because I was 17, and just making small talk. "Hey, how old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 17. They're like, "No, seriously, how old are you?" Like, "I'm 17. Why?" And they're like, Oh, you have to be
The correct
18 to
age
serve
answer is
alcohol.
18.
And-
I'm 18. I am 18.
I'm 18.
I was,
Yes.
I was,
and a
eight-
half.
I was
We're working
18
on it.
soon. I was 18 within like a month or two from that, but nonetheless,
That's
that was
gray area. Is what that is.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where it all started. And
Okay.
literally, that was my first bartending job and my first managing.
So you were
at a bar.
bartending at 17.
Mhm.
That's
Wow.
Oh,
rum
so
and coke. What is in that? anyway?
technically, while I was 17, I was serving, but by
Yeah,
the time I was 18, I was bartending.
Wow, right,
By
okay.
the time I was 19, I was managing the bar, and so
Wow.
Yeah,
All
and you saw Bose
I was
Brew through the
a
heyday.
responsible young lad. Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah.
that was
That was the
peak.
heyday back
That was
then.
peak when Pontiac was.
Oh, Pontiac was
Busy.
humping and pumping then.
When
Yeah.
Arts Beats and Eats was still down there.
Yeah.
The Jambalaya
Right.
Festival
right.
was still down there.
Yeah.
And it was like peak Pontiac for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was fun.
All right, so that
my
led you
love
through-
started there.
How did you connect with your two partners here?
Just through miscellaneous work. Dustin and I came into a different restaurant group within like a year apart from each other.
Yeah.
Both ended up operating different ends and then operating the entire restaurant group for a few years. So we were business partners. Great coworkers at the time. And in the midst of that, we started our own business and started doing our own events and our own like consulting on the outside and what little free time that we did have. So that was with Dustin, and then Adam, same thing. He worked with Metro Times,
Okay.
and so through a lot of the festivals that we were doing, we would team up or partner with Metro Times. We hit it off years and years ago, and have always been looking for something to do together.
Yeah.
He was a huge help. We did an event in Royal Oak right before the world collapsed. And Adam came in to help save the day with that, which was great. And then mid-pandemic, the opportunity to potentially open our own space.
So yeah, how
our
did
way.
you find the space, and how did you say this is what we're going to do? Yeah.
It was quite the process. I mean, working in bars and restaurants, people are always like, "When are you opening your own place?" And I was like, "Fucking never."
Oh, you know how many times I was asked when I'm going to buy whiskey? When are you buying whiskey in a jar? I'm not.
Never.
Yeah, no, I want to come in, make my money, leave.
What was here before you guys actually came in?
So before it was the modern Eastern Palace Club, it was still called Eastern Palace Club. It was
yeah.
like a members only social club.
Okay.
So, like an ethnic gambling hall.
Some there's been tales, but
All right.
it was definitely through a lot of the neighbors we got to hear stories of poking their head in and just like the record scratch and people, a bunch of dudes looking over and being like, "Why are you in here?" The previous owner was nothing but amazing.
Okay.
As we moved in, was super courteous, and when we talked about keeping the name, just because the sign outside is amazing.
That's
very
probably
super-
Well, very
Yeah,
visible,
absolutely.
excellent sign.
This
Yeah.
super industrial neon sign that's outside. We're like, we can keep this thing because it's awesome and it's going to last forever, or we can rip this thing down, dispose of it properly, and replace it with something comparable. We're like, let's save the $30,000 and keep the name.
And it's surprisingly big for a private social club's sign. You know,
Right,
you don't
right,
usually
right.
It's
see
also
that. You know,
nostalgia for
Yeah.
the city as
Big,
well at the
absolutely.
same
You got a
time,
big
right?
neon sign out there.
That was definitely a huge selling point. And the best was when the previous owner came in for the first time once the renovations had happened and
Yeah.
the thatch and bamboo went up, and he was just like, "Oh, this is amazing."
Can I have it back?
Like,
I want it back. So as you moved in, did the name help influence the theme of the bar, or were you guys going for the beach tiki no matter what?
Like right
the
from the
Key West bar. It's considered
Yes.
the Key West,
Key West
northern
bar.
bar.
Key West bar.
Yeah.
That's what I say, beach bar.
Key West Beach Bar.
Yeah.
So
How north can Florida get?
exactly.
Right.
Well, it
This is-
feels like it right now.
Right.
It's
This is
so
straight up.
sticky.
Yeah,
gross
yeah,
out
yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
We got the mugginess.
But this is
outside
this
for
is
sure.
straight up a beach bar.
Yeah.
You guys posted something earlier. You're very active on Facebook too.
Definitely.
And there was a post about come on out to the beach bar today, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a beach bar, because in my head I was always tiki.
Absolutely.
But this is like, I'm like, oh no, this is like very much a beach bar.
And that's kind of the goal that we when we were initially concepting it out, we're like, let's do a tiki bar. A tiki bar would be cool, but modern tiki. If anything, this is like an ultra throwback tiki bar. Where I mean, we're talking like 40s.
Like guys coming back from the Pacific, and
so we got great drinks. They're simple. They're cool. Like modern tiki has taken it to a whole new level, and it's
I love those places, but it's a different thing. It's a different level of sticky.
Yes, definitely.
When I walked in, it was kind of as I walked in, I knew that I was in a beach bar, and I'm like, is that the Beach Boys playing at the same time when I'm walking in? That's just like serendipitous. Yes, it was.
And so it's been cool. We wanted to make sure that it's approachable to everybody.
Yeah.
We didn't want to bring like that ultra high-end cocktail experience to Hazel Park. We wanted to bring a fun beach bar experience where the drinks are great, service is quick, everyone's friendly, and it's just who doesn't have going to the beach and hanging out with your friends. You can't have a bad time. So that was kind of the vibe here, where it was much less of a don't take your phone out while I'm roasting this rosemary. And there's a time and a place. That's great.
And you and I were talking about that because we've been to a lot of places, and some of the best places we've ever been to, there have not been TVs at, because we all want to go to a place and just talk with each other. You don't go to somewhere to watch TV.
I love the one TV in here has just like a National Geographic
just
tank
like
background
an
aquarium.
Now
Just in case there's like some sort of World Series or something on. Detroit makes it to some like big final. You can put it up.
That is funny that every time I come here, Kevin and I just start talking on our phones about the Tigers score. The Tigers up, look at your phone.
Well, and one of the best experiences I had, it was right in the middle of like March Madness, and we'd get phone calls. Do you have the game on? No, sorry, we don't have the game on. Do we have the game on? Nope, we don't. Stop saying sorry at some point.
I'm sorry.
No, we do not. We've got a beautiful landscape and an aquarium on our TVs. And I distinctly remember there was this older couple that came in with full sports gear. Like they were very much concerned about what was going on
ready to go
in March Madness.
Ready to get it on.
And I was kind of expecting it to be a situation where they were going to be upset. They hung out for like an hour and a half. I checked on them multiple times. And as they left, the husband was like, I love that you guys don't have TVs. He's like, my wife and I had the best date that we've probably had in over 5 years. And I was like, it felt good. It was really cool. And so forcing people to talk to each other.
Love it. We got in here, there's a pool table, there's shuffleboard. And if people are just listening to the audio podcast, because if you're watching one of the videos on Facebook or YouTube, you can see that we're in a cool tiki little cabana. The booths are set up like little cabanas, and there's some barrels seating, and it's really, really cool. A lot of industrial spindles, big wood spindles, which is very much a beach bar feel to it. So
he was putting together the Connect Four when I walked in. The full size yard.
As you were putting together the concept, and there was a kitchen here. You're because we have the smoked lotus. They're doing barbecue, which is just I'm freaking out. I'm gonna have to eat before
they do an amazing job.
So you sublet that to them.
Yep.
And so was that the concept to just kind of like have somebody else manage that, or you're like
originally the right off the rip, we're like, we have a full kitchen, we'll tackle it eventually.
Was that left here? Was that here from the previous owners? Did they use that? They used that up. Okay.
They had a full kitchen, tons of equipment,
nice.
All the hood and everything.
Nice.
Good.
So it was prepped and ready, and we were just focusing on a bar event space, like. That's where our focus was. Maybe 6 months in, maybe phase 2, we'll tackle the kitchen.
Okay.
Fortunately, while we were building this out, James and Eric from Smoked Lotus Barbecue had gotten into contact with us.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
what you doing?
Here you got this space open. We were also thinking of doing a concept, and it's literally a match made in heaven.
Nice.
Like it was the barbecue that they crank out. Again, it's like when you're at the beach, what are you eating?
Yeah.
Right.
Barbecue.
And if they fuck up, you can kick them out.
They're crushing it. They are crushing it.
Yeah.
Frankly, they've been tolerating us, which is super impressive.
So what was left to you was the decor, the theme, and the cocktail menu.
Yep.
So let's talk about the cocktail menu.
Yeah.
Dangerous
that's
is what
the
it
Man
is.
Cave Happy Hour, because there's some cocktails
coming
floating
over
over
here
this way. There's a bucket.
This is the
And
legendary
there's-
Kevin Weathers, legendary
Hey,
Detroit
Kevin.
bartender.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
So what are we looking at here, buddy?
How did you? You can put them on mic.
What do you got?
So I brought three staples over. I brought our rum bucket, which is very unique to Eastern Palace Club. You'll see plenty of grown adults walking around with this on Friday and Saturday nights. It's
It's a
kind of
rum
our signature. It's our signature drink, I would say.
It's a rum bucket.
We always yell "rum bucket" when somebody orders it.
All right.
And then we got
Rum bucket.
and then we got a rum runner and a tiki drink, which is a fun drink.
That's this one right here.
That is this
rum
right
This
here.
one. Okay.
Then of course pina colada, which comes in a little fun pineapple glass.
So it
talk
isn't
about
as
the last one,
tiki
too.
complicated as tiki bars. It's just like great beach drinks.
Exactly.
We're
Precisely.
pumped through. Thank you, Kev.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Kevin.
Kevin.
All right. So as you were making the decision on the cocktails, who came up with the mixes? Is that to your bartenders? Did you guys do that? How's that develop?
So the entire menu was my job. So it was
That's what
fun.
you took on.
It was
Oh,
fun.
what a challenge.
It was great. it was
Lucky you.
like, oh shucks, I guess I'll do the recipes and taste testing, and let's see how things go. It was definitely a big, very collaborative. But
Jamie and I are about to Lady and a Tramp this rum bucket here.
Oh boy, here we go.
there's 3 straws.
Get in
I
on this,
see.
man.
There are
Yeah.
3 straws. Can you squeeze your head in here? And there's the
I'm just gonna sit
here's
back
the
and
picture
watch.
for the website, right?
Where's that? Yeah, I was gonna say, Matt, get your camera. Get a
Yeah, I'm
picture of
working on it.
Turn the head around
The true
backwards.
Man
Cave
Get in
style
there.
Are you
here.
ready?
All right, fellas.
You get in here too, Matt?
Yeah. No.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm posting that.
That's the closest one I've
Ooh,
been.
that's
Oh, and a packed
Yeah.
lunch.
Yeah, that's
Come on, that's just adorable. Come on.
no, totes adorbs. Yes. And we'll put that on the website or Facebook for all to see and judge.
Fair
yes. Oh, that's good. That's good. Very pineapple. So, all right. So you got to curate that. You got to build. You helped build the menu. Were your bartenders helping you, or did you have bartenders yet? Or?
At the time, we had no staff.
Okay.
And so this was we opened January 17th. I'd say the menu got officially buttoned down about 3 weeks before that. It was pretty frantic. We
Just
did
the printing alone on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kirsten was watching online and did a little screen cap
Yeah,
of
there
Jamie
you
and I
go.
drinking
Very nice,
Nora
very
beer.
nice.
Glad you got up more safe.
You're
Rum buckets
welcome.
bring people together. That's beautiful. And like what Kevin said, there's nothing better than on like a packed Friday night or a packed Saturday night. And we've just got standing room, and it's just grown ass adults with these neon pails drinking rum buckets. It's the most beautiful thing in the entire world, and you can't be in a bad mood. It immediately makes you smile,
Right.
whether you're having the best day or the worst day.
I was on the struggle bus. I was up in Lansing last night for Lansing Comic Con with our podcast
I
buddies,
saw
Ming,
that.
Ming
Yeah.
Chen from
Yeah.
the Comic
We
Book
should
Man
have
TV show.
Ming.
We tried.
That would have been
We
amazing.
tried to get Ming to come down. He's like, it's 2 hours. He's flying out of Lansing. Otherwise, he
Oh.
would have. He was flying out of Detroit tomorrow morning. He'd come down. But that really helped me get my wits back about me. 'Cause we were
Just now.
drinking, because we were drinking a whole lot of Malort up there in Lansing yesterday. And
Oh,
so-
you went Malort.
Oh, yeah.
So what, the rum bucket is how many ounces is that? What is that? It's how big is it? And what's the recommended consumption?
So this is the only thing on the menu that has a specific limit.
Yeah.
So it has a limit of 2. It is very.
you really have limited to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I can't give you a third rum bucket, sir.
Wow.
You've already had your one,
It
your
is.
two.
It's very pineapple-y.
It is definitely you're gonna get. So there's let's see, 4 different kinds of rum. Falernum. You got OJ pineapple, a little lemon, and a splash of bubbles just to give some effervescence. But especially that Dr. Bird Jamaican rum, you'll get that right on the nose. That it's just that pungent, amazing 100 proof rum that just gets.
You got your
topped off on
Malibu,
there.
The
your white
closer
rum,
your
dark
nose
rum,
gets to it, the closer
everything.
you get to paradise, right?
Exactly.
So is this? Should you stir this or just because actually, as I poke my straw in it, I was getting different flavors.
That is a great question. We have some amazing regulars and Happy Fun Society members that have their own way of consuming.
What's this Happy Fun Society that you speak of?
Oh, so the Happy Fun Society.
Yeah.
What's the Happy Fun Society?
It's essentially like how a brewery has a mug club,
Right.
Oh.
And you get discounts and special events
You
and
have a
things like
bucket
that.
club?
We have essentially a bucket club essentially. So
I got a
it
distinct
applies
feeling.
to everything.
After one of these, I will be wearing this bucket as a hat.
It would
Your
not be
pants
the
will
first
fall down
time,
too, won't they?
but yeah. But we'll cut your shorts shorter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be things get weird. It's absolutely beautiful.
I have the
Wow.
Magnum PI
Okay.
shorts, as you know.
Yeah, seen it.
I got the short shorts.
All right, but yeah, all right. So it's a limited one. Four different rums.
Limit of two.
Limited two.
All right.
I'm trying to limit myself to
I know
one.
you're going to limit yourself to
As,
one.
as far as the science behind, some people like to stir it. Some people like to actually take the fruit and squeeze the fruit into it.
Yeah.
Some like to let it sit there and marinate while they like finish a beer, and then it's ready. And so it's very interesting.
How many ounces is
so-
this? Ish.
I mean,
Okay.
collectively, it's probably about shy of 20 ounces.
All right.
All right.
And the ice to liquid ratio, just because it's a big bucket.
Yeah.
But there's at least 20 ounces of fluid, probably about 5 ounces of spirits.
Yeah, so it's
All
a
right.
five-shot bucket, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
is the standard shot an ounce and a half now? Is it gone up? It's pretty much, it's not
But
the
really,
1 ounce
it's gonna,
jigger anymore.
if you're
Yeah.
flying this solo, it would take you an hour and a half.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
If you're
Two.
responsible at all. But it probably won't take me an hour and a half.
I've seen it as another example. Just last night,
Do you have bucket races?
we had somebody but somebody asked that.
Can we have a bucket race? You can do whatever you want.
or
Not sanctioned by us in any way, shape, or form.
Still limited to.
and that's what I said. I was like, I cannot condone any sort of bucket races.
Yes.
But like,
Wait, let me get my phone to start recording.
we had one woman sitting at the bar. She enjoyed her bucket over the course of like an hour and a half.
Sure,
And it's just
yeah.
this leisurely
Two.
relax and sip. And then I remember dropping one bucket off, and this guy was like, "What's the fastest you've ever seen somebody drink one of these?" Like,
It's not a challenge,
No
sir.
comment.
It's not a
Don't-
race.
not a challenge.
enjoy
It's
it.
not a race.
Just enjoy it. Let it all meld together. But long story. I feel like squeezing the fruit, give it a good couple stirs, and then that's the perfect.
As
bucket
we were
right there.
just doing that, I was poking. I was getting different. It felt like, oh, okay, you can do it to get different tastes, or
For
you can
sure.
stir it up to get
Even
the.
just how it's poured and how the juice and how the rum settles, and I think a proper stir is the way to go.
If I tried to do a race of that bucket, I'd be like Joey Tribbiani drinking a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
All right, it just it doesn't
Let's
do it very
go.
well.
Let's
Joey
go.
Tribbiani.
We
Where'd
gotta-
you pull that one out of?
holy 90s reverence. All right.
So I tried the pina colada already, fellas.
Yeah.
That is probably my most favorite pina colada I've ever had.
I love that.
I had a pina colada a couple weekends ago, and it was just ice and
Well, they
whatever.
don't do this cheap mix
What
here.
do you-
They
what is
make
generally what's generally
Yeah,
in a
good
pina
pina
colada,
colada.
and what is in this pina colada?
And so the pina colada, you would think it's such a simple classic cocktail, but finding a good one,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
frankly, if anything, what spawned the concept for new Eastern Palace Club was just so that I knew that there was a place where I could get a good pina colada. 'Cause that is like coconut anything is one of my like absolute favorite things in the world. And so, I mean, we keep it super simple. It's literally Coco Lopez, which is coconut cream, pineapple juice, and rum.
It's so
Super
it's, just,
yellow.
it's so creamy.
And
You
it's getting it-
don't expect. I
it's-
didn't
it's
expect
not
a
out of-
creaminess to a pina colada. That is
not
just
it's not out of a slushy machine. It's not pumped full of.
You have slushy machine
which we
drinks
do
for
have
the
slushy
people who like the
machines.
slushy machine drinks because everyone likes the slushy machine drink, but
Exactly.
not. But the pina colada is a natural.
It is
Jamie?
That is very creamy.
a
Yes.
proper natural.
It's creamsicle, and it ends as a creamsicle.
the magic of the blender, like
coconut
bringing
forward.
blenders back.
Yeah,
They can be a pain.
and-
On,
16 years of
busy
bartending,
nights.
the blender was always broken on my shifts, Mike. You know that.
Nope, broken.
Nope,
Sorry,
broken.
Can't do that.
Oh, damn! Sorry, blender's broken. Can I get you a shot of beer?
But people at Whiskey in a Jar know that, though.
Right.
They don't come down there for
You
pina
gotta-
colada
no.
for sure. You know.
That's creamsicle. That's like
it's
loaded with
immaculate is what
orange
it is. I
creamsicle
enjoyed the heck out of
and
that.
finishes.
It makes
Because I'm not a big fan of like coconut.
Happiness.
Personally, it's
Okay.
coconut's not my jam. I would never order a pina colada because it's just not my jam. But it finishes like a creamsicle, which I like.
It's just a perfect magical combination. You tie that with a shot of this high proof rum, which is a Stroh. It's called Stroh 160. So 160 proof.
Boom.
Tastes like butterscotch. Hits like gasoline, but you mix it into the the pina colada.
What sort of
magical.
liquors are you using? Are you is this 5 o'clock vodka you're throwing in here? What do you got? What do you got?
The standard is Don Q, a Don Q Gold that goes.
Because there's
into
a lot
the,
of tequila
into the
in a
standard.
lot of these, and then and your rum.
Oh, there's so many.
In the rum family, where you at?
Our back shelf. I mean, there's so much rum back there.
Yeah.
My favorite. I mean, that Dr. Bird that goes on top of the rum bucket is amazing. It gives it that
what is it?
That stank. Dr. Bird.
Dr. Bird.
That's a Jamaican rum, 100 proof. Absolutely amazing. I think that's the secret behind the rum bucket, which is it's like the rug. It ties it all together.
All right, and then this,
and again,
that
the
glassware.
Yeah.
So the pina colada comes in a very cool, welcoming, switch-hitting pineapple glass.
Y'all.
No, so it's a very cool pineapple glass, and then the rum drink. This is the what?
That's the rum runner.
The rum.
Your traditional rum runner, which I'm a rum runner painkiller
and again,
guy
it's
when
a
I do
fun,
my beach drinks.
It's a
myself.
fun glass tiki style.
Beach style.
Totem.
It's more beach
style totem. I like the glassware. I know that's something I noticed when I was here. But the glassware is fun.
Definitely.
Was it hard to find a glassware? Or this is readily available.
Surprisingly, it was not that hard. If there's an upside to being in the hospitality industry, there's so much specialty glassware all over the place. And so, in lieu of, I mean, that was again kind of what had us go beach bar versus tiki bar, because I mean, investments in giant ceramic mugs of like cute pigs and volcanoes,
big sticky, pieces of pottery,
are super expensive and hard to store.
Those motherfuckers gonna be stealing this shit. You know it.
And so the cool glassware, it fits the theme. It's fun, but it's also something that we can keep stocked up on and whatnot, which is really cool.
Yeah. No, these are great. These are.
And the classic rum runner.
Keep an eye on me while I pack it up today.
Amazing, crushable, super strong. The difficult thing or amazing things with any beachy drinks, boat drinks, beach drinks, tiki drinks, like the sugariness, the fruitiness really masks how strong these things really are.
That was the original use of all those. When we had such crappy liquor back in the Prohibition days, they started to syrup them up,
cover it
so
up,
you could
so I
drink
can slam this thing.
Right, so I can choke it down. So I was here on Monday. You do have a Margarita Monday.
Margarita
Monday. Put down a couple of margaritas. They were rather lovely.
Tell me about your margaritas, because you have,
we opened up with the house margarita. We just want the basic. Let's see what your mix tastes like.
Tasty,
your stuff. Yeah, it's just it's solid. Margarita.
It's a solid. We were going for super solid, a standard margarita. I mean, your margarita has to be good. Our mix, it's no preservatives, no high fructose corn syrup, all natural ingredients. And so that we take a lot of pride in, as opposed to just like sour mix.
Right. Shake. Yeah. Right.
So it's a very crisp, very clean margarita. Goes down super easy.
It's not super sugary and sticky. Like none of these drinks are the sticky tiki drink, as people talk about. None of them feel that way. Because everyone knows you go to a tiki bar, your fingers get sticky at some point. It's like ugh. No, it's very solid. Now you had a festival here last 2 weeks ago?
Last weekend. This time last weekend we were the tsunami was hitting. Ripped the surfboard right off of Eastern Palace Club. So fortunately it was an empty parking lot when that happened. But we had Sandbar Summerfest, the first inaugural.
And this was your conception.
This wasn't a city thing. This was
you guys thing, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And so
your event throwing background is like, let's do this.
Because it was.
You were here,
I came, and there was a stage set up. There's you guys have a nice side. You have a very big parking lot. There's a side street there, and then there's a strip mall, which, like many strip malls, is pretty empty. And so you overtook that, and then there's a big stage. It was because Pig and Whiskey. I've been to that in downtown Ferndale. Almost comparable to that, nearly the same size. And for your first venture, I was like, "Oh, this is cool. This is like you know. I wasn't sure if it was just yours or if it was the community or.
Yep.
Or...
So that was an Eastern Palace Club event. We with that we teamed up with Metro Times. So it was a Metro Times Eastern Palace Club event. Their outreach just as
they do parties well.
They do parties very well.
They do
Their
parties
outreach
well.
is amazing. They're able to get people to the party, which is great. We were definitely battling
and there were
with
people here.
Heat and thunderstorms, but it was awesome.
Friday was gorgeous. I was here on Friday. Friday was gorgeous. So the rest of the weekend was a challenge.
It was spectacular.
You got another one in the can for the summer, or no?
After that, we're looking to do
like a fall fest
very similar things, but just in our lot. And so we'll do monthly concerts outside. That'll be really cool.
Nice. But you got a nice size space.
The space is amazing. We want to do like similar, like a monthly farmers market, monthly artist market.
Oh, wow.
Just ways to utilize this space, and also just remind people that there's so much cool stuff going on down here.
Right.
All of the vendors that we had, or at least all of the artists and vendors, almost all of them were exclusive from Hazel Park for all the crafters, vendors. And it was amazing. And so it was very cool to see.
I love the synergy that you've really created with the community itself with that event. It just kind of speaks volumes. And now things are going to continue to progress and get bigger and better as time goes on, right?
Most definitely. Yeah. Especially so.
It's good. It's really good.
It's so good. We're in what's deemed the south end of Hazel Park, so it's everything south of 9 Mile. And I mean, when we opened this, it was one of those things where people are like, "Are you crazy?
You're kind of a lone wolf down here."
and
I mean, besides like grow houses and
absolutely
a couple party stores, some other private clubs that are still in existence, and a couple dispensaries.
You say that tongue in cheek, Jamie.
We came into this knowing that this was the growth area, which is going to be super cool. We were going to roll the dice as we were building this out. D's Quick Bites, which is like a fast casual, the next block over, they opened.
Nice.
Hazel Park Cafe also opened in that same plaza that's a block south of us. So we've got a cafe here. We've got a cool fast casual. The market across the street just got purchased. There's a bakery coming in. Wow. There's a dog groomer that just opened.
Well, there you go. Now you made it. See, that's all you need is a dog groomer.
Yeah, well, that's all you need. There was some trepidation when Sellerman's went down. And that was like a bummer. Like everyone thought everything was coming to Hazel Park. It's time, and then that was such an unfortunate situation with those guys and how great their product was. And they almost came to Hamtramck. I tried hard to get them to come to Hamtramck. But so it was cool to see things coming back here and working here. And honestly, when I heard about this place the first time, I didn't even realize you were part of it. And I'm just here. I'm like, wow, good luck, man. I hope it works out. I forget who I was talking
crazy.
to. I'm like, I don't know who's taking that one on, but all right, we'll give it a shot. And
sure.
Then I came in at first. I'm like, Mike? I didn't realize it was you. So no, it's great because we've known each other for probably a decade, just here and there. Couldn't tell you when we first met. We just always kind of like been around each other. So it's really cool that that you guys are doing this and that you had us here. I think this is pretty great.
Yeah. I mean, you're nowhere near a beach, and yet
right there.
you really bring the beach alive here in Hazel Park. And, I mean, and you got to find your places, wherever people listen, wherever, however, and you'll find a place in your town because I'm sure there's people doing innovative entrepreneurs doing cool stuff.
Well, this is destination worthy. It's worth leaving your city to come to this city and see this place.
It is.
Yeah, it is. And not everyone can. I like that. Everyone can say that, with their place.
It's great with the surrounding, again, with there not being anything down here, having a local watering hole that people in this neighborhood can just walk to, which is amazing.
You don't always have to have a pina colada. You can still have a beer.
Yeah,
right. So you can still have a beer.
So you're going to be doing outdoor events, big events, but you have a constant patio. That's out there. So there is a nice patio.
We got to
and it's not. It's on the street side, but it's not like a lot of the patios. They've taken up like 4 parking spots out in front of their business. I hate those. It's like, oh man, do you really want to suck some exhaust? I mean, you're close to the street, but you're not literally on the street. Those make me crazy. And
for sure.
I get nervous sitting in those things. Maybe is that the old man in me kicking in?
Maybe.
Okay.
That's the old man. Get off my lawn.
Yeah. All right. But
damn you, Cloud.
I love the
You walk into. When was the last time you heard DeBarge when you walk into a place?
Oh, I couldn't say I hear DeBarge all the time, but
well, that's
the pride of Grand Rapids.
For the general public, you walk into a place, you don't expect to hear DeBarge. All right, just saying.
No, the curated music vibe is fine. It's perfect. It's just right where you want. It's what you want. Not too yacht rocky. It's right in between.
We were jamming a Lionel earlier. Come on, man.
Yeah.
No, this is great. I'm really enjoying.
Angie Boyette was saying hi.
Oh, Angie.
Hey, Angie.
I thought she was going to come up here.
And Jen Lyons said hello as well.
Jen.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks to people checking in on the socials while we're doing this. Yeah. Again, like, subscribe, leave a comment. It's available on all the audio podcast outlets.
Yes, wherever you get your podcast.
Wherever you buy your podcast.
That's right.
Yep. And then Facebook and YouTube. You can find us there with the video portion of this as well. Mike, what else do we need to know about the Eastern Palace Club?
All right, here's your chance. Here we go.
Boy. Let's see here.
We're pretty comprehensive in our question.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we went through. I'm very excited. I will say that cultivating a space that is social and fun, like what I've seen, what I've gotten to see. Since we've opened, it's just like tables talking to each other, where I feel like so many bars at this point where it's like, if you're at the bar and just striking up a conversation to somebody next to you, they're like, why the fuck are you talking about? This space
on their phones fighting over the jukebox.
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna skip that song,
And it's been very cool to see like the actual realization that people like want that, which is great. Having a cool social space where sure you can tuck away in a cabana, but then also be out mingling and talking and meeting new people. And the concept behind that, like when you got to get food, you got to get up and go over there to get your food. If you're looking to play games, you got to get up. So people are always moving around. And I think it creates this fun social space that
it's great for a group of 10 or a date night.
Absolutely.
You can pull either one off just fine.
So you got some DJ nights.
Fortunate.
You got Monday margaritas. You got some comedy nights here and there. Yep. What else?
So coming up, I mean, just this week, let's see, we've got live music this Monday. So Margarita Mondays are now also piggybacking into what's called Beach Bum Mondays, where we have live acoustic music,
nice,
which is great. And so tomorrow is our second time doing that. So Margarita Monday plus live music, can't go wrong.
Nope.
Every other Tuesday we do music bingo. We just had our first successful karaoke night.
That was last Thursday. We moved our podcast to come and make sure you can see the big crowd from karaoke. We didn't want to interrupt that.
It was definitely a good call because thank you for being flexible on that. But I wasn't sure what to expect with it being a fundraiser, and it was packed, which was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
We like to have live music, whether it's DJs or bands on Fridays and Saturdays. The last Saturday of every month is always Happy Endings. Two amazing DJs, Mike and Joe, who spin 80s.
They are not massage therapists. They're DJs.
They are not massage therapists.
They're DJs. Okay.
For the right 80s and 90s type deal.
It's like 80s alternative new wave, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And
you're talking to two DJs here, so party wedding DJs.
Always looking for more stuff too.
We do the same shtick though, pretty much.
Yeah, my mixes are better though, so I'm just saying.
We're way better. All right. Cool. All right, Mike. It's we got to play some games.
Okay.
Here we go.
First up is Battleship.
Okay.
A through J, 1 through 10. See if you can hit a boat.
Oh my word. Okay.
I can't see the coordinates.
J 1 through 10.
Another old man thing, huh?
I know.
You played Battleship?
So
who hasn't played Battleship?
Does anyone else? We just cut this out in post. And
no,
we just
we're playing a couple games with you.
Does anyone else want to play Battleship out there?
Just earlier today, somebody was telling me about battle shots. And whenever somebody hits your boat, you have to do a shot. Is that what we're doing? Is that what this is?
I think we should do it that way.
Okay.
Yes.
In true Man Cave happy hour fashion. Absolutely. Yes.
All right. You said A through J, 1 through 10. Let's do. Oh, it's weird visualizing it. Let's do B7.
B7.
That's a hit.
Yes.
So if you get a hit, you get to keep going.
Okay.
And you miss, and then we'll play another game.
Okay.
All right. B7.
All right.
B7 was a hit.
That was a great start. Okay. Now are we going vertical or horizontal?
That's
Let's go.
That's the
lies the
strategy.
question.
What are we doing?
Let's do C7.
That's
that is a miss.
This game is stupid.
All right, well done. That's fun. All right, so we have another game. Well, we have a couple other games.
I hope you're going where I think you're going.
You were smack in the middle of the aircraft carrier there, by the way.
Yeah,
you were right in the middle of the aircraft carrier.
All right, that's a perfect first shot.
It was
probably going down.
No planes were taking off. You debilitated it. I don't know. Incapacitated it. What are you? What's the
you hit it right in the center, so you incapacitated it.
All right, so there's another game we like to play. It's called Coffee Flavor or Porn Star.
Oh dear. I'll play.
Best of three. Going to give you three names. It could either be a porn star or a coffee flavor.
Love this.
This is one of my favorite games because you never know. And it's a 50-50 chance that you're going to be right. And what's the first one going to be, Jamie?
Googling it either way.
I know. Here we go. Is it a porn star or is it a coffee flavor? Blue Angel.
Ooh. I can't imagine that
Blue
being a
Angel.
good porn star. That's a coffee.
That's a porn star.
No! Augie's looking it up already. Blue Angel.
All right. Coffee or a porn star? Matt, you see that?
Honey Passion.
Ooh.
Porn star or coffee flavor? Honey Passion. I'm not helping you out at all. Honey Passion.
That's definitely a porn star.
That's a coffee flavor. That's a coffee flavor.
Now, in retrospect, how is
Augie's going off a
Blue Angel. Yes.
Okay.
Blue Angel.
Yeah, try to shake that
I'm
out.
sure that's the nickname her mother gave her. Blue Angel.
Right?
Bookmarked.
Yeah, bookmarked.
Why would you do that? You know, this is double inappropriate. If you're familiar with the blue waffle, why would you have your porn star name start with blue in any way, shape, or form?
But she actually spells it BLUE.
Oh, jeez.
That was going to be my follow-up question. Is how is blue spelled?
Right.
All right, best out of three. So you can get one out of this. Porn star coffee flavor, long mint.
Oh, come on.
These are tough, man. You are not holding back at all, are you?
Gay porn counts.
Yeah. I'm gonna say porn star.
That is a porn star.
I'm not going to Google that one.
Don't Google that one. Your Google's going to blow up if you do.
My algorithms are all going to be bad.
Yeah, not good.
All right. So
All right, we
would taunt the other people if it was. But, all right. So Mike, thanks. Facebook is just Eastern Palace Club on Facebook.
Yep, Eastern Palace Club on Facebook. On Instagram, it's EPC_HP. But if you just search Eastern Palace Club, you'll find it.
Yeah, it comes right to it.
Is there a website proper, or is Facebook a good spot?
Both. It's similar in both. You can go to easternpalaceclub.com or epchp.com.
Oh, right.
And it'll take you right to our website. I highly recommend checking out our live cam to see what's happening here inside Eastern Palace Club.
So we're on 2 cameras right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Yep.
I shouldn't have picked my nose earlier.
I know. There was like before the light was on. There was a little in the cabana here. A little cabana.
They do get kind of dark and romantic in these cabanas here.
Yeah, almost definitely.
Can you put some oil on my back for me?
Easy,
right?
easy.
Until happy
It's that bucket. It's kicking in.
The rum bucket's kicking in.
It works, folks. Come get a rum bucket.
All right, Man Cave Happy Hour, mancavehappyhour.com. Just in all the places and all the spaces. Find us like that. Do all the podcast things in podcast places.
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to see you guys.
Just a reminder, everybody watching, that the podcast is meant to be listened to. We're not really always supposed to be on camera.
Yeah, no.
So we're not built for that. We're in our 40s now.
Yeah.
But add us and listen to us on our on your the iPhone. What's it called? iCasts and things like that. Yeah.
All right, there we go. That'll do it for the Man Cave.
You are so welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Mike. So he's Matt Fox.
I'm Jamie Flanagan.
And that's Otis Gitschlag.
Yeah, that's us. Thanks, everyone.